everyone, my name is John Michael Bushman and welcome back to Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel, and we will be in tryhard mode today, if only for the sole reason that we are finally getting a ban list that will, well, it's a lot more impactful, to say the least, compared to the last one. And it basically eliminates two things that will definitely ruin the game in the future, because Konami saw how broken it is, and now these are basically, to sum up my thoughts, these are all preemptive hits, at least the bans in particular. So, editing me, we have a lot of work to do. Alright, so for our ban updates, we have two cards that will be banned, and this this ban list update will be effective on February 6th. Today is January the 30th when I am recording this video, so that will properly date when this video is going to come out, which is usually on a Friday. So yeah, just a few days before the update hits. So we have two cards that will be banned. We have Union Carrier and Totally Awesome, and similar to last time, coincidentally, I was also playing Fluanderies when I did this ban list update video thing. So take what you will out of that one. So Union Carrier and Totally Awesome will be banned. Union Carrier should have been gone from the game a long time ago, basically to weaken the Aurora Dawn lines, and to prevent the Buster Lock from ever happening, although there are also some applications for Drytron in this case. Totally Awesome is completely understandable. This is highly likely a preemptive hit, so that we will not have another Sprite Nightmare here in Master Duel. And then we go to the semi-limits. There are people who have mixed feelings about this. I believe in the philosophy that the semi-limited list is a quarantine zone, so that Konami can figure out whether the card should be unlimited or put back to 1, or at the very worst, it will be banned. And we have a couple of cards here that will be put on the semi-limited list. First off, That Grass Looks Greener. Currently, it is banned in the TCG and semi-limited in the OCG. Oh, and I forgot to mention earlier, Union Carrier and Totally Awesome. Union Carrier is banned in OCG and TCG, so it will be banned in Master Duel, thank God. And Totally Awesome is unlimited in the TCG, but banned in the OCG. I mean, take what you will out of that one. I mean, in the TCG, we don't have Max C, so there's that. And then in the OCG, you have Max C, even though you have ways to check it, but, Konami works in different ways across both camps. So going back to our semi-limits, That Grass Looks Greener, TCG, it's banned. OCG, it's semi-limited. Semi-limiting That Grass Looks Greener will definitely hit a lot of the more janky combo decks here on Master Duel, but I'm not quite too sure if it... I guess, not having two means you really have to use Left Arm Offering just to search for your two copies of it. So you have to sacrifice your hand to do it, and there's that. In the OCG, Grass was at 3 for the longest time, but you have Maxi to check decks like that anyway. And for it to be semi-limited, I guess prevents, if I remember correctly, it was semi-limited because the Ruin Force FTK was a thing in the OCG, and it's not too possible here on Master Duel, but Earth Machine is still a really powerful and competent deck, so there's that. And then we have There Can Be Only One finally hitting the semi-limit. Konami really does not want to kill Eldritch, so they are quite literally semi-limiting every goddamn floodgate there is here on Master Duel, but they do not want to outright kill our golden boy. Bring skill drain, just bring everything down to 1, goddammit. Or you know what? Ban it. Ban There Can Be Only One, ban Gozen Match, ban Rivalry of Warlords, ban Summon Limit even. Ban all of the continuous trap floodgates, Konami. Don't be goddamn cowards anymore. Kill Eldritch, damn it. We do not want that immortal zombie lord lording over our duels anymore. We can't always main Harpy's Feather Duster, damn it. And, Runic basically took its place, but good God, it will only be a matter of time. And then our next semi-limit, Dimension Shifter, currently unlimited in the TCG and semi-limited in the OCG. Semi-limiting it basically kills the card, in my opinion, because the power of Dimension Shifter is you get to see it in your hand often, and once you get beyond the first turn, Dimension Shifter is not good anymore because you will have stuff in your graveyard. And the deck that really abuses this is Fluanderies, and given that there's a card that will be coming out soon. I think it's out now here in the OCG, but in the TCG it's like a ways off. But yeah, it's a card that allows you to draw 2 every turn for the rest of the duel, but you cannot activate monster effects in your hand, and Fluanderies doesn't really activate monster effects in hand. It's always on field and whatnot. But yeah, semi-limiting Dimension Shifter essentially kills the card, so I will definitely refund all 3 copies that I have here, because, if it's not at 3, then why play it at all? Next, we have a very interesting semi-limit, Infinity Launcher. In the TCG, it's limited. In the OCG, it's semi-limited. This could come back to 3, no problem, because, at the OCG at least, you have, like, Max C, so you can use that to check the Infinity combos. And in the TCG, you don't really have Max C, but there are so many ways to deal with it in the TCG now that I'm not quite sure how problematic it will be to just bump this all the way back up to 3. And then finally, this last semi-limit is Conquistador of the Golden Land. This should not have been hit in the first place if they really wanted to, kill Eldritch, but, being the immortal Golden Lord that he is, they should just bring this back to 3. It will not be any problem. Next, we have a lot of unlimits. Like, just, what I did not expect are the unlimits. We finally have Pancratops going back to 3. Here on Master Duel, we almost have full power dinosaurs. If we put Oviraptor back to 3, we will have full power dinosaurs here in Master Duel. But as it currently stands, we only have 2 Oviraptor but 3 Pancratops, so we have more than enough ways to deal with pesky back row nowadays. But sadly, in the paper game, it's still limited across both camps. Next, our next unlimit is Memories of Hope. I actually forgot this existed because I never really used it in the Numeron OTK deck. It's currently unlimited on both camps, and it's basically a draw 4, but it's extremely win more. You don't really need a draw 4 if you're already killing your opponent on the second turn. This is basically a recovery tool at best, and a very middling draw 4 at worst. You don't really need it. This was definitely a byproduct of following an OCG ban list that was way past its prime, and it was during a time when Zexal 0, I think, was still legal. So it was basically an easy to summon True King of All Calamities for the Numeron deck, so it had a first turn play. But now that Zexal is banned, it no longer had a turn 1 play, and was just a very hard OTK deck. Next, we have Scapegoat. Finally coming to 3 here on Master Duel. I think it was semi-limited for the longest time, or maybe even at 1 here on Master Duel, but it came back to 3 in the OCG and TCG, and it did not cause any problems, so it's fine. Next is an interesting one, Danger Jackalope, coming back to 3 here in Master Duel. In the TCG, it's still limited. In the OCG, it's unlimited, which is really interesting because I think the OCG sees that Tsuchinoko is the problem, not Jackalope. So there's that. But in the TCG side of things, you can correct me on this one, but Jackalope is the problem over there, not Tsuchinoko. So there's that. We will have better rank 3s in the future. We do have better ways to go into rank 3s and link material now, because Jackalopes, I think, summons from the deck. Then Tsuchinoko summons another copy of itself from hand or another copy of itself. So there's that. But I think this is just this coming back, no problem. Granted, I have seen like Dark World decks on the rise, at least on my side of things, and then it incorporates a Danger Engine to basically just draw really, really deep into its deck, and then it puts up like a decent number of negates because it sculpts its hand very, very well. But Saryuja is at 1. If you stop Saryuja, you're pretty much like golden. And next we have Double Iris Magician. This in the TCG, if no Electromite, no problem. OCG, you have Max C to check the pendulum decks, so there's that. So I'm not really gonna say too much because I don't really play the deck. Next we have Salamangreat Gazelle coming from 1 to 3 here on Master Duel. I guess Konami sees that I think what was that card? The rank 3 Salamangreat I think is at 3 or maybe just at 1 here on Master Duel, and bumping Gazelle up to 3 will be interesting to say the least. But we're gonna see if salads make a splash now that Gazelle, like, their best searcher is now unlimited here on Master Duel. We're gonna see if we see an uptick of that come February 6th. And finally, our last unlimited Curse Eldland. Again, another unnecessary hit to the Eldritch engine that shouldn't have been hit in the first place. In the OCG, it's semi-limited, but this card can jump back to 3 in the OCG, no problem. So yeah, those are the that's the most significant thing to happen out of the banned and restricted list here on Master Duel in a long ass while. And because of that, I will be in tryhard mode today. And this tryhard mode, I will be playing the meta deck of my choice. Still meta for some reason, but you know, it's pretty powerful. It's budget friendly. What am I gonna do? I mean, it's Floanderies. What am I gonna do? It's budget. It's very powerful at the, you know, price point it's at. I mean, granted, you know, you cannot avoid the Master Duel tax, but you know, with Runic still like one of the best decks, I still honestly think Evenly Matched is the better option over Max C. And if, you know, Konami finally bites the bullet and, you know, bans Max C, evenly, my spec here is like more than enough. But yeah, we're gonna be in tryhard mode today, and we're gonna rock with these birds. So let's take flight. Hopefully in less than 80 days. Going first, and I will be in tryhard mode today, so no, my commentary won't be too out of this world. But I won't be like dragging the microphone close to my face this time. We're gonna try and keep it just slightly natural. So we're gonna draw 2 here. Let's see. This is definitely the perfect Ash bait. He's going for Max C. That's fine. This is where we activate our Dimension Shifter. This will probably be the last time we'll be seeing this, but I think what was the name of that card? Terminals something Mograine. I don't quite remember the whole name of that thing. But yeah, once we have it here, it will definitely get rid of all of the hand traps that we have, and I will definitely replace like Evenly Matched for something else. Well, I was gonna finish my train of thought, but my opponent surrendered. I guess he had nothing else, but you know, activating Max C and you're battling against a deck that doesn't really special summon. That's the biggest strength of this deck. It basically invalidates like Max C in a really, really big way. So you only really have to worry about Ash Blossom. They should bring back, you know, cross-out designator to 2 at least, so that we have an answer. We have an answer to infinite impermanence. But yeah, that was an easy win because my opponent, you know, my opponent was in Max C mode and I wasn't special summoning. Next duel, going first again. Let's see what my opening hand gets me here. Not too bad. I mean, I can do the trick of using Dimension Shifter on my opponent's turn. That way, he won't be able to act at all. So I think we should. Yeah, we're just gonna do like quote unquote normal flow under these combos here. We're gonna hide the fact that we have Dimension Shifter here. We're gonna banish this. Yeah, we're gonna search Ignite. Or I think we should just search that. No, I think we're gonna banish instead. We're gonna normal that. We're gonna trigger Robina. And we're gonna get Eaglin. This will leave us with a naked Eaglin though. So there's that. I mean, if you have Imperm, you have Imperm. That's all I'm saying. Okay. That resolves. Robina, we're gonna get 3. There we go. We're gonna normal Eaglin. Naked Eaglin. If you have negation, you have negation. Yep, he did have the Imperm. So there's that. Yeah, we're just gonna activate Shifter on their turn. That way we can shut it down far better than... That way we can shut it down pretty hard. And we do have us 3. Should they have, like, graveyard shenanigans and whatnot. Okay. Opponent's deck is a little thicker than usual. I think it's around 50, since they use an imperm here. Okay. What do you have? See what you got, opponent. Toon table of contents. He's gonna... If this is Deep Draw Exodia, I will not be surprised. But if this is just actual factual toons, I'm in big trouble here. Gonna see if they react to the shifter up there. Using Caught by the Grave. Sure. Okay. We do have an imperm. We still have interaction. Let's see what we got. If this is just Toon Table into Toon Bookmark, that's also a line my opponent could take. This is just like deep, yeah, okay. It's Toon Table into Toon Table, and then that Toon Table will search the other Toon Table. Then the final Toon Table will search Toon Bookmark. I'll just get this out of my hand. Would have been bad. That was bad, but I'll be like active in Infinite Impermanence anyway, so that will turn Dimension Shifting. Alright, that's the last Toon Table. He's either gonna get Toon Bookmark here. Oh, it is. If this is just actual factual toons, I am all for it, I guess. Okay. This isn't exactly a now or never. I can just, like, negate his Shizuku or Hayate, or maybe even Kagari. Because my opponent knows I have nothing. Although, he does know I have 3, but he doesn't know what my set is. Yeah, getting rid of Eaglin is a good call there. Okay, tripping that one off. Sure. I'm guessing going into Hayate. Yeah, I'll allow him to have the Hayate. So I'll be taking 3k here. Sure. Well, close to 3k. He could have attacked directly, but I guess that's not the case. I'll definitely negate the Kagari. Yeah, getting that into rotation. Going into second main. Sure. That's fine. That's fine, opponent. Guessing going to Kagari. Yep. As much as I want to negate the Shizuku instead, having him recycle the engage is really bad. So I'm not going to allow it. I guess the Toon Table engine is literally just there to like fuel the graveyard for Sky Striker stuff, but I feel like that just bloats the deck unnecessarily. And you'd want to have your Sky Striker deck be as small as possible so that you can get to your bombs as quickly as possible. Okay. He'll definitely get Widow Anchor here if he doesn't already have it in hand, or he could get multiple. Okay. He'll if that's either Widow Anchor, actually highly likely Widow Anchor. If he tutors for Widow Anchor here, more power to them, I guess. Alright, so he did indeed search a Widow Anchor, so he only has 1 point of interaction. So we have that. We have the Ash. So our turn will always start by activating the map. I'm gonna show him that we have a stream. We're gonna banish... Yeah, we'll definitely banish... We banish the Tukan or we just search? I think we should just banish this. Since we're gonna search for our trap card using our Big Bird anyway. We're gonna go with Eaglin. We're gonna go with our usual flow on these lines. Yeah, sure. This is... Okay, this is not Widow Anchor. That's interesting. Okay. That gets rid of 1. Widow Anchor. Or rather, that gets rid of 1 engage. So we're gonna chain block again. Eaglin into Robina. There we go. Let's see what my opponent has. Still nothing. That is... Actually, no. Priority is being passed back to me, so... I'm pretty sure my opponent's dead here, since none of his link monsters are gonna work once this resolves. Okay. So we're gonna do this. And we're gonna do this. We can't do the banish Empen line anymore, since we already used our 3 here. We're gonna get our trap card. It's basically insurance for next turn. Then we're gonna go for the Toucan line to get our continuous spell. There we go. We'll definitely use Empen to hit our Shizuku here. Or their Shizuku. Okay. Although this does make our small birds really small. So there's that. I think that's enough. Yeah, we're gonna go into combat first. Gonna get rid of the Shizuku here. Sure. Then we'll swing in for more damage than my opponent would ever care. Sure, that's fine. Definitely sending it to defense. We're gonna do this. Play that. We're not gonna do that yet. We're basically gonna treat it like a repeatable Monarch Stormforth. I have seen builds that incorporated Monarch Stormforth. Basically acts as extra copies of removal, but those same builds that I've seen incorporate even more Monarchs into the deck, and that makes the deck even brickier than it already is. So I personally don't like it. I prefer, you know, just this amount of consistency. He gets Kaina, but she can't activate her effect because Empen is live. So there's that. He does have 4 cards in hand, and we know that Widow Anchor is one of them. Let's see what my opponent's up to here. Yep, using the Widow Anchor now. He does have 3 spell cards. So that forces us to use this here. We're gonna activate the Empen. We're gonna get rid of what's her name again? We're gonna get rid of Ray in their graveyard so that he won't banish it too often. He won't be able to use it too often. Huh? Besides, if we destroy any of their Sky Strikers, that quote-unquote ejects Ray from the mobile suits anyway. Yes, I call them mobile suits. So that's exactly what they are. It's basically Cosmo and spellbooks like jammed into one archetype. Okay. Then we're gonna use this to search for our Yeah, he should have saved his Widow Anchor, but I guess he wouldn't have been able to move that much anyway. We're gonna use that. We're gonna banish. I don't know. We're gonna tribute this. Since we're gonna use Ryza here to recycle his stuff anyway. We're gonna return this to the deck. We're gonna put this back to hand. There we go. My opponent still has plays though. He has 3 cards in hand and whatnot. Although Kaina won't be able to do much. He can swing into the smaller birds, you know, for a couple of points of damage, but I don't think that's the optimal play. Yep, he knew what was coming. My next draw was Empen, and I would have killed him slowly but surely. Yep. Yeah, that was a pretty decisive win there. Next duel, won the die roll. Let's see what my opponent's gonna do. This is an interesting opening hand. We could bait the Ash Blossom with the pot here. Yeah, I think that's the play. Actually, that is really the play here. Let's bait that Ash. Nope, we did not bait that Ash. What do we get? Duality into Prosperity. Don't mind if I do. Oh my god. Sure, let me dig deeper into my deck. Thank you very much. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There you go. I mean, I have this deck like in paper. I bought into it because why not? It was really cheap anyway. And I don't care what I have in my extra deck. I just banish it all anyway. Oh, that's really interesting. I mean, My opponent did not show he had anything else. Getting the M-Pen now does shortcut a lot of our stuff in hand, but we're gonna get the Ash. I'd rather have more interaction for my opponent's stuff. We can search the Ryza later. Then we're gonna do this. We have evenly matched for later. So there's that. We're gonna show this one first. We're gonna banish. We already have that in hand. Do we go for the Toucan line? I actually think we should go for the Toucan line. We're gonna go for the Toucan line. Since we already have Eaglen in hand. My opponent has not interacted with my previous searches, so we're just gonna go for the Toucan line here. And we're gonna do this. Toucan. We're gonna get a continuous spell. Alright, my opponent seems to just be passing priority willy-nilly here, so I think we are safe to pop off. Eaglen. Not gonna Ash our own Eaglen. Here we go. M-Pen. M-Pen. Gonna tribute these two off since they're the most important. Toucan's already done his jobs. This Eagle into hand will save the Robina as chain blocking for later. I could set the evenly match, but my opponent could break my board here. So we're gonna save it for me. It's always the safe option to get the continuous, rather to get the trap card here. No, we've done enough. Go. That happens, and we set this here. There we go. It's an innocuous board, but it's pretty goddamn powerful. M-Pen shuts down the Link monsters, and we have a semi-permanent Monarch Stormfront here. Should they try to do anything? Let's see if, and we have an Ash. My opponent knows we have an Ash. All right, it's Runix. What's he gonna do with that? Okay. Target a spell trap. So he's forcing us to use this right away. That's fine, actually. Gonna do that. Yeah, better now than later. Unless my opponent has something here. I mean, it is his turn, so he can activate as many continuous, or rather, as many quick play spells as he wants here. Nope. So he destroys that, banishes the top 4. What did he banish? Nothing of significance. Alright. We can search safely here, since my opponent doesn't seem to have anything. Wow, he has a Widow Anchor. Alright. So we might be in trouble here. So even if I did block with Robina, he would have been able to negate it anyway. So this is Runic with a splash of Sky Strikers. Alright. I guess people are bored with just, Floodgate Runics. I will stop you. You should have waited! If that's all you have, you should have summoned another Runic. Oh my god. Alright, using the new Sky Striker card. If you haven't seen this yet, yeah, I'm gonna give you time to read it now. I have no interaction anyway, so if you have no monsters in your main monster zone, you cannot special summon except Sky Strikers, so he's locked himself out of summoning his Runic monsters. Special summon an Ace. Okay. Shizuku is shut down, so there's that. He can just use that. Yep. He just did that. I don't know why he did that. Oh my god. He should have just... Floodgate Runic is like the way to go, honestly. We can't really do anything, so we'll just slam into this. We're gonna keep these two in hand, or at least we'll keep evenly matched in hand. Should anything else happen here. Okay, we're gonna go in for our measly points of damage. There we go. Then we're gonna set this. There we go. Okay. Basically, after this, I will definitely not be playing Fluanderies on this channel for a while. Because of all of the decks that I have, my tryhard deck is the one that performs the least. Gee, I wonder why. Probably, but yeah, I mean, it's extremely obvious that a lot of people do not like playing with and against this deck, but I personally like this kind of playstyle. It has an equal amount of breaking your opponent's board. That was a damn good top deck. It has an equal amount of breaking your opponent's board, and it doesn't really require you to think too much about your lines. And, you know, the quote-unquote flex lines here are not that divergent anyway, so you can be, you can choose to not do too much with it, and that's why I like playing this deck. Let's see what this gets us. I mean, my opponent's pretty dead here. We do need some way to... That's a damn good top deck. We could go for a more lethal line here, but I prefer this one. We're gonna summon this. No, we will not do that. Instead, we will do this. We're gonna trigger this, and we're gonna trigger that. This is to get more partners into rotation here. We're gonna return... I think it's just safer to return the map, since you don't really need it in this kind of juncture. We'll also put this back on our deck. We'll also trigger Eaglin. Yeah, we just need more of our big birds into rotation now, since we've properly dismantled our opponent's board and their will to live. So there's that. That goes back. Ryza does his thing. Doesn't matter what order they're in, but I think I'd prefer the map. No? So we still have our interaction in Ash Blossom Need for the Permanence, and I'm not quite sure how else my opponent's gonna dig their way out of this. If my opponent... Oh, that was 100 over lethal. I guess I had more than what... I guess I had more damage on board than I give myself credit for. But yeah, that was a pretty handy picking off of Runic Sky Strikers. It's honestly really good that people are starting to stray away from the Floodgate Runics, since I guess, you know, with the best Floodgates being semi-limited, and with Runics having like so many ways to search their spells, and yeah, I guess, you know, splashing Runic into Sky Strikers basically gives them, you know, a really good boost. And, you know, Runics being an all spell deck just really helps in that regard with Sky Strikers. I mean, my train of thought is not what it's cut up to be right now. Come on, tighten up, tighten up. Right, but we're gonna move on to the next one. Going first, let's see what my opponent has for us. Ooh, this is I don't actually like this opening hand, since we only have Robin to work off with, but we did open with this. This will definitely bait out whatever Ash, if they have an Ash Blossom here. We're gonna mulligan for 1. Since I'd rather search for Ryza. We end up with another Ash Blossom. Great. So although my opponent did show that they didn't have any interaction, so let's see. Unless they have an Imperm. Speak of the devil! Okay. Why does Marshmallow have teeth? That's like the biggest question. I'm gonna toss it to you guys right now. Leave it in the comments. Why does Marshmallow have teeth? Why did he need to have teeth? But we have an Ash Blossom and an Infinite Permanence. At least these two frogs don't have teeth. I need to look up again on what Japanese creature this is based off of. It's really cute. If I'm gonna have a plushie of this, I would snap it off. Okay. I think I should stop this. Don't they have 4 cards in hand? What are the odds? Let's see if they have a Called by the Grave first. Gonna get that out of the way. Okay. So that stops that. I think I should stop their Link too if they have any. Or, you know, if this stops their turn completely, that's also... Right. Dark Infant is also a good thing to stop. So, yeah. We're gonna stop that. Although if they do have the Ignister Reborn spell, I am in pretty big trouble here, since I don't have anything to stop that anymore. But if this is what they end with, I am pretty safe here. Right, they do have a Reborn spell, but it's not the one that I'm looking for. This is Fighting Spirit, alright? He can still pop off, so I don't know how dead we are. So if we're dead, we're just gonna skip to the next duel, since I'm not quite sure how much further I can jump off here, since Ignisters can put up really formidable boards and whatnot. Or if my top deck is really good, then we're gonna keep on playing this out. So See you guys either at the next duel or at the end of... Okay, if my opponent's just gonna end on Heat Soul Pass, then we still have a chance. Okay, so if it's literally just Heat Soul Pass, I am perfectly fine with that. Literally any small bird off the top gets me out of this. What do we have here, deck? That is not a small bird, but I'll take what I can get. I will stop you from digging one card. That's that. This does lower his life points because paying life points is cost, but we're gonna see. So I'm gonna play this out. So we'll skip either to the next duel if I don't crawl out of it, or we skip to an interesting point. See you guys there. Won the die roll, but I'm 50-50 when it comes to winning and losing. Do have a called by, so that's something. So in regards to the last duel, I lost because my opponent assembled lethal. Okay, my opponent assembled this opponent lets that one through. Should just get Eaglin. Just get Eaglin here. I really do not want to have to be caught by the Grave on Ash Blossom, but I think we have to. Although, granted, he did allow the Pot of Duality to get by, so this could mean that they don't have anything here. Everybody's packing more Infinite Impermanence than Ash Blossom these days. What the hell? Although, granted, Imperm is the better way to deal with it because you're almost always expecting to have Caught by the Grave compared to the other head traps. Or rather, counter head traps this game. So, yeah, we're gonna see what my opponent's on. Let's see what happens here. Okay. Hey. I mean, stopping this, like, stops their combo entirely. But stopping their other stuff, like, say, you know, yeah, the resurrection effect of Kiskill will definitely hamper them more often than not. So let's see what they do first. Let's see who they try to resurrect. You can special summon a Leela. Okay, special summons Leela. So we're gonna get rid of that. Since it gets summoned itself. Okay. Let's see what my opponent thinks about that. We're using Caught by the Grave offensively here. Okay, that definitely fizzles that. Okay, just knowing the battle, so that was the right decision. Okay. Can't use Imperm anymore, so they could have Ash Blossom in hand now. We could do something spicy here, since we're playing this mid-range game anyway. That would have been useful a turn. That would have been useful turns ago. Gotta go into battle. Then end of battle phase. We're gonna use evenly. Go down to one card, sir. Leaving that one, so this is definitely interaction. Gonna do this. We still have Ash Blossom to stop them from whatever it is they need to do. The second Imperm. Alright. I was right in the read. They can't use Imperm because they had something on field, but now they could have. Alright, sure. Opponent is playing this very, very well so far. But he is down to an extremely simple board state while I still have potential recovery. So we're gonna see if my opponent can still do something here. We're gonna play this out. Let's see. He still has, yep, okay. He still did have a good normal summon. But this time around, I have an Ash. And Kill is way too small to hit over Eaglin. He did have a Called by the Grave. Alright, so this will take a while. Although, yeah, no. He could very easily assemble lethal here, but we're gonna see. So I'm still gonna play this out, and we're just gonna skip to the next interesting point. So we'll see you guys there. Okay, so my opponent went through typical live twin combos, and our top deck is really, really interesting. This could help us in this specific juncture. So we're gonna banish Robina. We're actually gonna get a shit. We're gonna get a shit. Alright, we're gonna shit ourselves here. We are definitely gonna die here. And they forgot that Cold by the Grave was still in effect. Alright, that's good on us. Alright, we're gonna get 3. People tend to forget that Cold by the Grave lasts until like the end of your turn. Or rather, the end of your next turn. So we still have a chance. We have a fighting chance here. Though he could pop this. We're gonna get rid of one of these monsters. Yeah, this will force him to act. This is the one that pops, right? No, it's this one that pops. Alright. We're gonna get rid of Leela. Then we're gonna chain block with Eaglet. Let's see what my opponent has for that. He'll definitely use Trouble Sunny here so that Leela can dodge. It's not technically a negate, so we can still like push through. Let's see here. Yeah, don't never forget that Called by the Grave has a it has to complete one cycle before it resolves. Okay? What are you gonna pop? Yeah, draw one, pop a card. Sure, go do your thing. Yep. I still have a burden backup, so that's fine. Draw one card. Shit, we can't normal summon anymore. Okay, I think we are just dead. So actually no. We're gonna play this out. We're not dead unless he unless he has a third Trouble Sunny. If he has a third Trouble Sunny, we are definitely dead because it is exactly lethal. Although he could have like the main deck monster here, but yeah, if it's just Trouble Sunny, we're dead. Alright. Good game, opponent. We move on to the next duel. Lost a die roll and my opponent's making me go second. So this is a combo deck that I have to break. Yeah, this is why I love Dimension Shifter at 3. You get to see it often. And it's a fucking mirror match. I don't want to use Dimension Shifter here so that they have a way to protect their Ash Blossom. So no, we're just gonna let our opponent combo off. Well, quote-unquote combo off with their Floanderies stuff. Well, here I am sitting with a lonely Called by the Grave. Although we do have a way to break parity here using Unexplored Winds, but we shall see what my opponent ends up setting up here. So we will be right back. Okay, we're back with my opponent's board, and that was one hell of a top deck. All right, so we have a way. We have a fucking way. Oh my god. Evenly Match was a damn good draw. Holy shit. Oh my god. Yeah, with D-Shifter gone, I think I should just put Max C back in this deck. Yeah, sure, pop off. End of main, sure. Go do your thing, opponent. Go do your fucking thing. Although he will highly likely search Apex Avian here, since it's literally the only thing that will it definitely gets alarm bells going because I'm skipping straight to battle. So if my opponent has the read that, yeah, getting Apex Avian, but that's a negate that's not targeted at any of my birds here. Although my opponent did open, I'm not sure how many copies of Unexplored Winds they have in their deck, but it's usually only a 1 of, maybe even a 2 of. It's extremely bricky. You can just search for it when you need to. Since the most searched spell trap you have in a Fluanderies deck is always the normal trap. I have tried a build where I use the counter trap, and it's good, but more often than not, it's the one that gets destroyed. Or at the very least, opponents know well enough to play around it, compared to the other stuff that the Fluanderies deck has. You know what? For the sake of the lols, and because D-Shifter is gonna get all three copies of my Dimension Shifter is gonna get broken down anyway, so yeah, this is gonna be your last hurrah, you androgynous... Wait, is that a woman? Is it a man or a woman? It looks feminine, but the way the body is contorting anyway, Who knows? I'm not gonna talk any further. I might call attention to the wrong kind of people, and I don't want that. Okay, no, we will not continue our main phase, but this is a negate that will definitely level our playing field a bit. Yep, that definitely forces that. Yep. Although that means won't have too much in target, unless of course this is infinite impermanence, which in all honesty is very very likely. So we're gonna set unexplored winds in the middle as well to show that hey, I'm also you. We're gonna put this here. This is very very likely infinite impermanence. If it's not Ash Blossom that they have in hand, this could be infinite impermanence. Okay, an Ash Blossom that is protected by my own... that is protected because of my own goddamn stupidity. Alright, we're gonna see... We're not dead though. We're not dead. No, we can just mulligan away Empen here. We're not dead since, they do have, well, they could sacrifice Empen here since... their Empen is not really gonna do much against my deck, but they could. I don't know. It's really very easy for Flawanderis to assemble lethal here, so we're just gonna skip. We're just gonna move on to the end screen. I don't think I stand a chance at this point. Yeah, they're gonna draw 2 here, and they have unexplored winds, so. They have ways to break my board, even if I don't want. They have ways to break my board, in ways that I am not gonna be happy with. So yeah, we're just gonna move on to the end screen. We'll see you guys there. So we're here at the end screen, and this deck still gets a thumbs up from me, in spite of all of the bans. This deck still rocks. I mean, 6 spots are all you really need for this deck. I mean, it does hurt that Prosperity is limited and Duality is semied, but, those will come off the list once, Flawanderis has been power crept out of this game. But as it stands, it's still a pretty damn good deck in spite of all of the hits done to it. It was definitely not fun that it was a very easy way to search batteries to Stormwinds on your opponent's turn, normal summon that thing, and lock your opponent out of doing anything else for that turn. And then, the ban to Stormwinds was also an indirect hit to Tri-Brigade combo lines that ended on the barrier statue to stop the opponent from doing their thing. But in spite of all of that, this deck still rocks. It is... Well, in my case, at the very least, it feels that it's a lot more consistent now than it has ever been because of, it has trimmed a lot of the fat, I call it, by, reducing the number of pots, making your deck as consistent as possible. Although I have seen jankier builds that incorporate the other barrier statues somehow, and they are very unsearchable with this deck, and good god, like, no, you don't have to go that deep. Just be a control-ish, or at least what I feel is a more mid-rangey deck. Just trade your resources 1 for 1, or 2 for 1s in this case, or 1 for 2s, however you want to put it. But this deck is a budget meta player's dream. Ignoring the Master Duel tax, you can quite literally go like budget with this. Just have compulsory evacuation device, any of the forbidden lands type effects. I mean, you do get 1 forbidden droplet for free. If you have, if you're just like new and just getting into this game, you do get at least 1 forbidden droplet, 1 infinite impermanence, 1 Ash Blossom, 1 lightning storm, to get your stuff started. Hell, Raigeki is at 2 now, so you have ways to maybe even have a go second, more go second options with Flawanderis. But I love this build. If I wanted to play meta, until this deck gets power crept out of this game, I will keep playing this deck. But for now, we've had our fun in tryhard mode, and I'm gonna take a short break. So if you like what you saw, hit like, comment, subscribe, and share it among your friends. And until next time, toodles!